Welcome to Delicate Dark Girl. So as you may or may not have saw, the title for today is What's in My Pouch, or What's in the Delicate Dark Girl's pouch. I'm doing a switch over, so I'm going to show you what's in my pouch right now, and like my makeup pouch, and then I'm going to show you the reorganizing, more like a switch out and switch over. So I'm going to show you basically the reset of what's in my bag. You could have seen that 2018 December that I don't think I ever got into like I was supposed to. Here we are, 2020. What's in the Delicate Dark Girl pouch? Here we go. So basically this is what's in my pouch as of right now. So we've got a makeup sponge that is wrapped in Kleenex. I do wipe it down with antibacterials before I put it on my face. And then I carry around, let's just do this one at a time. And then of course is the Juvia's Place Saharan, which I carry around too because it lets me do everything. Here's my blush, here's my sparkle, here's my eye waterline. If I want some color, I use these. This is also another blush I use mostly in the summertime, but these two mixed together are really, really nice. This is probably the only color that gets used more sparingly than everyone else. And then this one I like on the eye when I'm just being normal. And then this is used for everything. Under eye setting, eyebrow setting. Sometimes I used it as a blush. Most of the times I use it as an eyeshadow base, like the thing I put on before I put on my eyeshadow. And if my eyebrows got a little too crazy in the front, I use that to kind of blend it out. This color I really like to use on the eye, and this one I use mainly for eyeline and eyebrow. This is probably my favorite color to use on the lid. Just really pretty. And I'm not sure I'm gonna give this up in my new pouch. That's why I want a bigger pouch, so I can fit this so it doesn't have to sit outside alone. Can you see that's all beat up? Because it has to sit outside. Then we have the two lipsticks that if I didn't put lipstick on before I left the house, these are my two to-go lipsticks right now. Mented Dope Taupe. Woohoo! It's actually on my lips now if you saw me in the intro. It feels like a lip balm, but I don't know if it actually moisturizes, but it does coat the lips nicely and gives them the appearance of moisture. So, and this is Uoma. This is Nina. One I like, another to-go nude. It's kind of like a berry brown, so it's a brown with a little bit of berry undertone that I really enjoy. And then I usually mix them together because this is like a soft matte, so it's a matte lipstick, but it says itself it's not super matte. It's like a satin matte. I believe it calls itself a satin matte. I might have another one inside here, but I do carry this one around, and this is just to separate my lashes. It's just a eyelash spoolie, just to separate the lashes, or like to take some excess off when I put on too much mascara and it clumps in a way I don't like. This is what I use to do my eyebrows. It's an Eco Tools pen. The side has fallen off, but it makes it a little more convenient. It makes it shorter. This is the side I use to do my eyeline and my eyebrow. Mostly just the eyebrow because it's thicker. And then this is the side I use to put on eyeshadow and stuff, or to blend out the eyebrow. Onto the inside of the pouch. Woohoo! Do it a bit at a time. This is a fallen off spoolie from another brush. After it broke, I just kept it in there anyway. And this is the one I used to comb out my eyebrow. This is the one I used for eyelash. Bigger and has more brush fiber, and so it's good for separating the lash. This one is smaller and the brush fibers are a lot more dense, I would say. So it's good for combing my eyebrow hairs into place, especially after I've mascaraed them or something. And then we have the Innisfree when I don't use the Katsina, because the Katsina has a bit more gray in it, and so this one I found a bit more neutral. Katsina is good for a base, but it's a little bright to be worn sometimes alone depending on the look I want. So if I want a more neutral look, I use this brown because it's a bit more nude on my eye. You can see that. So this is if I want something more neutral and not necessarily more brightening. That's the Innisfree M20. M is for matte. And then a pencil sharpener, because I have, where is it? These two Pat McGrath pencils that I like to use. One is Blitz Blue, woohoo, and the other one is Extreme Black. The Blitz Blue has a bit of shimmer in it. Then you have this. This is the foundation stick that I like by Flesh. Mine is in Tiramisu. Let's just show you the color, huh? I'm showing you the color of everything else. Woohoo! See that? I really like it. It's very, I don't know how to describe it. It's a very sturdy kind of foundation. I mean, it transfers and everything, but it gives you good coverage. And then it was convenient how small it was. This is the regular size. And this is just for touch-ups, because usually I put foundation on before I leave the house. So for touching up, I found this really, it blended with most of my foundations really nicely. This is the Poreless Face Primer on the go. If I had to do my face from scratch and I wasn't in the house, these work nicely together. But this, I feel like, works nicely with anything, and that's why I like e.l.f. primers. The Milk Clear Brow, which it's been really in handy, especially the days I don't do my eyebrows. This gives it a bit of something. I can just run a bit of the black powder in it with this side of the brush. And let me show you the other thing I use to do my eyebrows. Innisfree. I pair these together if I'm not going to use Chat. What is this? M40. Excuse me. It's just basic black. Ooh. I would like to get something like a brownish black. I think that would be nice. Then we have a very small brush here. This is the brush I usually use to put this on. It's from Mark. I don't know if they still exist, but they were like they were supposed to be the new generation of Avon. And I was gonna be a sales rep. My mother got me the starter kit. It didn't work out. Then I have a waterline pencil here. It's NYX Lip Liner in soft brown. And I usually always use it on my waterline and never on my lip. That's the color there. So I found it looked really good on my waterline for brightening up my eye area, especially on a tired day. It just makes me look more doe-eyed and awake. And then here is some lip liner, the good old Chestnut by MAC. It's just always in here just because. Let's stay in iTown. Oh, this is another pencil sharpener. This was for regular color pencils, but before I got Pat McGrath, who came with her own pencil sharpeners, this is the one I use, so it stays in the bag because it has seniority. This is my tried and true, I love this. Black Radiance. You can't see it anymore, but it was Black Radiance liquid eyeliner. And it's black. I'm not going to put it on here because it's waterproof. And here's another brush. So this brush is a recent addition to this bag. But I found it really useful for when I'm using other colors in the Saharan. It's nice and wide. It's like a little thumb and it reminds me of a hand. Or it reminds me of a finger, really. This is another eyeliner, and this is Black Radiance Eyeliner Retractable Pencil. I usually tight line with this one because it's got a slimmer, it's slimmer. And I can usually guide the pencil pretty well because I've been using charcoal for so long, but sometimes it's about the millimeter and not about the scale. And then we have Pat McGrath Labs Mascara. I don't have to explain this, it was in my favorites. There should be another mascara in here. It's Kush, so this is also in black. I don't even know if they have other colors. Dark Cappuccino, oh, Dark Cocoa, excuse me. But the reason why I like this one so much is because, okay? And so it makes it really easy to organize my eyebrows. The days I want to minimize my eyebrows or something, or just clean up around that area for a crisper look. Then you have the blush that I've been really into. It's my nude-ish blush. Shadow by, oops, excuse me, it fell right out. The eyeshadow by Jubia, and it's called Ethiopia, and I use it as a blush. Then you have Pat McGrath when I want some sparkle that's not in there. This is a sparkle that usually I'll put on just the brown base, and then this one, like if I don't want any color at all, I just want some good sparkle, because this sparkle picks up all kinds of light. This is Telepathic Taupe. It's in a true taupe color. I can just put this on by itself and it refracts the light really nicely. So this stays up in there. But I have it in there because it's better to have this in there and make your lips shiny than it is to have it dry. It also gives it a little bit of tint. And it smells like peach. And last but not least, Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. And this is again for if I'm doing makeup from scratch outside the house, but it's almost finished. I have a big one now. So that's my pouch. And so now we are going to be migrating into this new pouch. This one will stay as a travel pouch, like when I'm leaving and need extra space for more options. But for my everyday to go, we're going to be using this one. So I have some new candidates that I actually want to introduce to my pouch. Oh, this is one thing I keep in my purse. This is the compact that I made. I think it's empty right now. Hold on. It's not empty, but it needs to be. I mainly used it for this when I don't want to carry my big ass puff around. It's gonna come with me. It's gonna go in here. I want to carry this around. This is the Age Perfect Radiant Serum Foundation, and I think it's got sunscreen, SPF 50 and stuff, and I think even with other foundations on my face to touch up my makeup, or if I didn't have any makeup on at all and decided I want to suddenly wear makeup, this is the one, because it's a serum and it's a foundation, and I've worn it a couple times with this primer, and it's been, I wore it alone, but I definitely like it better with a primer. So these two have made it into the new pouch. Here's another thing I want to introduce into the pouch, and it's a brown eyeliner. And this is the Ulta Beauty gel eyeliner, and so I really want to carry around a brown eyeliner option. All my eyeliners are gonna stay. Okay, and then we've got this here, which I was using to do my eyebrows just this morning again. So I'm gonna keep this. I need my two sharpeners, obviously, for all those pencils. Then I need my eyebrow spoolie. So I have this travel size Kush mascara, and then I have the big one. And I think I'm gonna use the travel sized one just because it's smaller. But I'm definitely gonna take this to separate it because Kush gets a little clumpy even though it's good. Then we have another new candidate. So we've got my Clinique Cocoa Pop, which is great when you just want to put something on your lid. It's got a bit of a shimmer. It's honestly something I'm really into right now. It's good. It just gives my eyes a bit of depth and light at the same time. So I think I'm gonna take it. This is gonna come with us. I was debating on taking this, right? Because it's got a bit of everything. I mean, I don't really need this color here, but these colors here. It's very cute. I would probably ignore that color, but the rest of these are really good, especially like this brown down here as a base color, or these two as a base color. And this one could even be a base color, but it'd obviously be a lighter base color. And then you got these shimmers, which are really nice. And then another base color that is lighter, but it's okay. And then another shimmer. Like these are really glitters actually. And then this is a shimmer. It's a good little nude palette to take, you know. It made it. Then you have, oh, we have a reintroduction. This used to be in my pouch, and then I took it out of my pouch. But now I think it's going back in my pouch. And this is the Black Radiance. So I'm going to be putting this back in my pouch as my concealer. Definitely need my tiny brush. This blush is something that I really, really like, but it arrived shattered to all bejesus. And then this morning, when I was filming the video, Pure Beauty look, this fell on the floor. I dropped it. I dropped it on the floor, and I had literally just put it all back together, and it just dried. It took like 3 days to dry because it came shattered to just all oblivion. It was just a mass of powder when I got it. So I put it, liquefied it with some antibacterial gel. And then I packed it back in there. And so it took about 4 days to dry completely. And I was finally so excited I could use it today. In the middle, I put it on my face, and then it slipped out of my hand, fell on the ground, and popped right up. And I was like, wow. That's why it looks a little, I just pushed it down with more antibacterial gel. And so it's still drying right now, but anyway, the color is really nice. This is Brick Orange. Or OR05 by The Sem. It's a single blush, and I'm really liking it as my new nude blush. Can you see that? I really like that, but it's just so goddamn fragile. I don't know if it's originally fragile because I have another powder blush like that and it didn't come scathed at all. And it's the same brand, so I don't know what that's about. This one, I don't know if I can travel with it because it's already been broken twice. I think I should just leave it in the house. I really wish it wasn't so fragile in its state since it's had a breakdown twice. I don't think it's wise for me to carry it about. Oh, whew, I definitely need this. Hello. I need these two. My Flower Beauty, this Spiced Petal. It's like a very neutral mauve that I really love. That's gonna come with me. And so I don't have a blush. I want something else for spring. Anyway, my new pouch needs a blush. Any suggestions? But that's it. Oh, right. And for my eye health, this is the Similasan Complete Eye Relief. My younger sister got it for me. It's all natural ingredients and it's supposed to help your eyes regulate itself. They're homeopathic sterile eye drops. And that's it. Yay! Bye, old stuff. And bye, guys. See you in the next video. Ding.